The story of an Orlando teen who says he tried to do a good deed and is now facing a first-degree felony charge as a result. The 14-year-old was shopping when he saw a child he thought was lost. It's what the young man did next that's gotten him into serious trouble which many say is undeserved. We're going to talk to the teenager and his mother live in just a moment, but first, Jeffrey Kaufman has the story.
According to Orlando police, you are watching a crime. According to most other people, what you are watching is a naive 14-year-old boy trying to be a good Samaritan as he helps a lost girl find her mommy.
Orange County Sheriff's Office, how can I help you?
I've got a customer complaint of an apparent attempted abduction.
The incident happened at this Burlington coat factory. In this surveillance video, you can see the 14-year-old, who is 6 feet tall, as he escorts the 3-year-old girl out the store. He would later tell police he thought her mother had left without her.
Okay, but what exactly happened? Is it a parent type of situation?
No. She doesn't know the guy at all. She was at the cash register. Her child was right next to her. The guy was walking out the store, called the child over to him. She went over to him and walked out the store.
Shortly after that, the little girl's panicked mother heads outside, finds her daughter, and returns. The 14-year-old finds his mother, returns to the store, and they continue shopping until a police officer shows up, handcuffs the boy, and then parades him in front of the media. The police report acknowledges the boy appears to have been trying to help the child, yet the report concludes there is probable cause for arrest under charges of false imprisonment. The boy is sent to jail. As for the arresting officer, Sergeant Richard Mankiewicz, Good Morning America found that he has a history of controversy involving race. In 1997, a case that gained national attention when he arrested an off-duty black police major. In 2004, he shot and killed an unarmed black man. The boy, in this case, is also black. For Good Morning America, Jeffrey Kaufman, ABC News, Miami.
Joining us now from Mineola, Florida for an exclusive interview, Edwin, his mother Mildred, and their attorney Natalie Jackson. Good morning to you all, and thank you so much for joining us. And Edwin, good morning. Let me start with you first, Edwin. Would you do anything differently than what you did that day? Would you, if you had it to do over again, would you do anything differently?
I still would want to help people, but I would go to an adult and ask for help to find the missing parents of the child.
So that's your regret that you didn't find an adult and ask them about it before trying to take matters into your own hands. But if you could say something to the mother of that little 3-year-old girl, what would you want to say to her, Edwin?
I was just trying to help.
And that's something I know that your mother has taught you. Mildred, I want to go back to a little bit of what we saw in Jeffrey Kaufman's piece and what we heard. The store employee who made the 911 call said that Edwin called the little girl over to him and that he then took the child out of the store. Now, we've seen the surveillance tape and it disputes that a little bit. So can you tell us what happened?
He didn't call her over. He noticed that the child was left alone. A few minutes before that, he had seen some ladies leaving, and they were kind of stopped by the front door and kind of looked in and was kind of waiting for someone. Then as he proceeded to go that way to get a shopping cart, he noticed the child alone, so he thought that was their family.
So he was taking the little girl outside because he thought maybe the mothers that he saw, the women that he saw outside, could have been hers. And I know he talked to you before doing this. At any point did you think, Mildred, that, hey, you know, maybe we should check with somebody in the store before we head out of the store with this little girl that doesn't know us?
He was already in his way walking out when he told me that he was going to be right back, and I asked him where he was going, and he said he was going to go help her find her mommy, and I just walked out behind him.
And we also saw, Mildred, in the surveillance tape that the little girl's mom quickly went out also and met you all outside. You were about to come back in when you determined that those women were not the little girl's mom. What did the mother say to you when she saw you and your son with her little girl?
I actually proceeded to ask her if she was the mother, and she said yes. So I told Edwin, here's the mom, and Edwin came up as she grabbed her little daughter's hand. She said thank you, turned around, and went back inside the store.
And then they called store employees, called the police. She went in and said something to them. When they showed up, and you all were still there, you didn't try and leave. It's 20, 25 minutes later. Can you tell us the attitude of the police? Did they think it was odd that if you tried to commit a crime of some sort that you would still be hanging out in the store?
That wasn't their demeanor. They, without pretty much saying much, pulled him to the aisle and handcuffed him.
I want to talk to your attorney right now, Natalie. The mother of the child is not pressing charges, but the sheriff's office decided to move ahead. This is what they said about Edwin. He was in custody of the child and had no authority to be so. We have not charged him with an offense that did not occur. But yet, if he is convicted, he could face, what, 7 years in jail?
Well, if he's convicted, he would go to juvenile detention center and he could get 5 years. However, he doesn't have a criminal record. He doesn't have any sort of background. So that's probably not what would happen to him. We expect these charges to be not filed. What happens in Florida is that the police do an arrest record. So he has an arrest affidavit. They send that to the state attorney's office. Currently, the state attorney has the affidavit, and they get to decide whether or not they're going to pursue charges against Edwin. And we think that they will not pursue charges. Under the false imprisonment statute, Florida statute, they do not have enough to pursue these charges. He doesn't meet the elements of them. The problem is now he has an arrest record.
And that would, even if he's not charged or anything like that, that could stay with him, and I know that's of great concern, and rightfully so. And many people down in your area agree with you. In fact, your local newspaper, the Orlando Sentinel, they had a poll, 93% say police did not do the right thing by arresting Edwin. And I know, Mildred, you just were trying to teach your son to do the right thing. Well, thank you all very much for your willingness.
I would just like to say that we are asking the state attorney to not file those charges, and we're challenging them today to do the right thing and to dismiss this case against Edwin. And then we're asking the sheriff's department to do the right thing and do an administrative expungement of his arrest record so that he won't be tainted by this.
Natalie.
And we're asking it, and we're asking that they do it by 5 o'clock today.
Well, thank you for your willingness to come forward. Natalie, thank you for the work that you're doing with the family. Mildred, Edwin, thank you very, very much, and we'll let everybody know what happens going forward. Thank you. And we'd love to know what you at home think about this. There's so much more online at abcnews.com/GMA. We'd love to have what you think about this.